On today's episode of Watch Jared Go, I am here with Eric and his 2003 5. Wow, I actually didn't even know they made them that long. Ford Ranger.
Still making them.
They quit making them for a long time.
Yeah, they're like $100,000 now.
They are like $100,000 now, that's true. And today, we're gonna deal with the terrible shifter these things come with. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Jared Go, and like I said, I'm here with Eric and his 2005 Ford Ranger, and this truck is beautiful. Somehow it has 130,000 miles on it, but it's flawless. It cleans up so well, but the big problem with it is the shifter is terrible. It doesn't feel very tight, and the throw is so long. When you're shifting, you're like, did I find the gear? So yeah, it's in neutral. Here's
way more shift than there is clutch.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just not a good mixture.
That is kind of what it is. The clutch engages really soon, and it's really hard to find gears. So 1, 2, so if we measure that throw, we should just actually measure this, but just look at it. It's huge. And then there's 3, 4.
You probably have like 8 inches between each.
Yeah, I'd say 8 to 10 inches for sure. There's 5, and there's reverse. Anyway, this stock shifter, it's not good. We're gonna get rid of it today and replace it with race car parts.
This is the only Ranger though that has good bushings in the shifter.
That's true, So here we have the HURST billet shifter for the Ford Ranger. And what is funny is they actually did make this forever. This fits Rangers from 88 to 2011, which is insane. So we haven't seen this yet, but I mean, it's going to be awesome because the HURST shifters always are.
You think that's when they cut Ranger? It was 2011 and brought it back like...
They brought it back in 17 or 18?
18,
yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, so it was gone for a long time, but...
Don't you have an 88 Ranger?
No. Josh does.
Oh.
Yeah, Josh has an 88 Ranger.
Josh be like, what? I'm getting a shifter?
Yeah. Nope, sorry, Eric got this.
Give me one thing, Josh.
Josh has something really crazy coming up for the $700 Bronco.
He did an amazing job on the... He's just a good guy.
Yeah. All right, so here we have...
There's the boot.
Yep, so we got a boot. And then in here we have... Here, pull in the box.
Big money item.
Big money. Look at that. Our short throw HURST shifter.
This is how you debox things.
I like it. And man, your truck's about to be awesome.
Dinosaur bone, 100%.
Pure
That's what you always said on the... What was it? The SRT4 had a
dinosaur
white.
Bone. It was the HURST.
HURST. And you always said, pure dinosaur bone.
I need one more hand to operate
towards
knives.
myself.
Absolutely. It's the only way. Yeah, buddy.
That's sharp.
Oh, it's brand new. I had to get another one.
Like Gabe used it, did it?
The screws fell out of the old one. But hey,
just kidding, Gabe.
They always last like 10 years.
Every knife I've ever had, my dad's taken away, and they're still in his top dresser drawer.
Is that how that works?
I can almost 100% guarantee. I can have box knives, and that's it. That's way... Oh, there we go.
I thought you were going to do like a flip with it.
Yep, oh, that's right.
And it came with a sticker, so you guys know what Eric's off doing now. He's busy doing the...
How many more horsepower is this?
It's probably at least... that should be 10 horsepower, right?
How many people are tired of hearing it?
Nobody's tired of hearing that stickers add horsepower. Getting the shifter out. So underneath the boot, screw holes. And it's just 2 Phillips screws sitting here. So if we can get this thing to start, just about got that one out. We'll take the other one out, sitting right over there, and this whole console should come right off. This is a HURST Edition Ranger. Okay, back to the install. Okay, last time playing with the sloppy shifter in this thing. We've got the 2 screws out. Hey, look at that, free money. You just got rich. All right, so there should be a bolt or something. Let's take a look. Yeah, that's a big old nut too. It's like a 3/4 or something.
There's at least 12 sweet spots left.
Awesome. Okay, so we got the nut out of there. But you take the nut that you pulled off on the passenger side, lift this back up on the driver's side, and start the nut. And then put your impact on there, your ratchet, whatever you got, and tighten the bolt, and it will pull this thing out. Yeah, it's loose, isn't it? What we ended up doing here is taking the nut back off after we used it to pull the cam through, putting it on the other side, giving it a couple taps with the hammer, and hey, the entire thing, the old floppy shifter, is out. Now there's just, looks like 4 Phillips right here. Pull them out. That'll let us get this plastic piece off.
I like the computer right there.
Yeah, I think that's the airbag computer. Probably. It's got, well, there's no orange wires. It could be traction or something.
Can't see what it says.
What's
it say up there?
Restraint control module. That's airbag for sure.
Made in Canada.
You'd think there'd be a lot more yellow around that thing.
It is a very simple truck. So.
It is. Will you grab me a stubby Phillips out of the toolbox?
Yeah.
And now we can pull off the plastic cover. It's funny, it's for the Ranger and the Explorer. It says right on it, Ranger front. And now we have 3 screws under here, T30s. And we should be able to just yank this up as soon as we're done. So let's pull the screws out of here. These are covered in oil, absolutely covered. Don't fall. I got it. Nailed it! Nothing fell in there, so we're good. Okay, so we are ready now to swap in.
So that's literally just a hole in the top of the trans then.
Yeah, that's the right into the transmission right there.
One instruction is don't let anything fall in there.
And then I moved all your coins around, but maybe if we put some money in the transmission, it will become better.
That's the definition of money shift.
Yeah, money shift. I'm gonna get your new shifter all oily before it goes in. Just, you know, makes it faster.
Yeah, thanks.
More slippery. Anyway, so you have to make sure these are the same like mounting depth. And if you put these right beside each other, the bottom of the mounting versus the inside bottom of the mounting on the old plate, this one lines up exactly. So you can measure this or test fit it until it works, but that seems to work for me. I like how I did that. So what we have to do now is take this apart, pull out these 4 screws, and then install the lower plate right here with this gasket and those 3 countersunk screws right there. So use my handy dandy screwdriver knife. Didn't work one bit. Hard to get this thing in there. And I want to remember that like that screw goes forward. Okay. It's a triangle, but it doesn't matter which way it goes. Put the gasket on here. This hole still goes forward. Like carry it so it's clocked to the truck correctly or something. And we'll install this. Never mind, you can't mess it up. These set screws here on the bottom positively locate the thing. So it should go in and like wiggle down. We're tightening down the last of the 3 screws here. Holds on this base plate that the Hearst shifter uses. You probably don't need to be too tight on these, just snug them up. Check each one, and yep, we're good.
You want me to go get the new Icon?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what do you think, 100 foot-pounds?
100 foot-pounds at least. Yeah, the half-inch torque wrench. Yeah.
Snap them all off.
250 probably. Here goes the cool part. There they are. Cool. All right. Got it started. The seal, check everything out on it. Seems good. Just hit it with the gold ratchet. I mean, this is a Hearst shifter. You're allowed to use a gold ratchet on it. Okay, let's test it. Oh man.
Here, let me get a...
Dude, that is like, we just went from 8 inches of throw to like a nice positive, about 4 or 5.
I mean, you might have cut it. It might be a third of what it was.
Dude, I love it. Okay, let's get the rest of this all put together. I think we have to pull the shift knob off and cut a hole in the boot now. We need to cut this out to like a 2-inch diameter so we can fit it over that. So we do need to adjust the stops for this thing real quick. So what you do is you put this thing down in 4th and then run this in until it hits the shifter basically, and then probably back it off just about, well, we'll just put it right there because it's just touching the shifter. And then we'll tighten that nut down and should have a nice positive stop on the front and back after you adjust both sides. So let's see, do that one more time. hold that right there.
So I'm gonna say give it probably 2 weeks, and I'll
Maybe.
probably be back in here for a clutch job.
Because it's a race car now? Is that why? All right.
It'll probably be slipping so hard.
Well, I needed a wrench to do this, so we'll continue my unboxing the new 100% Icon tool set here. Yes. Ratchet wrenches. These are flex head ratchet wrenches. It's gonna be awesome. And they're actually in a pretty nice container. There we go. All right, now you've got both stops. Wow. What engagement. All right, let's put the rest back together. These wrenches are actually awesome. Flex head ratcheting. Okay, let's put on our modified boot here. It's been cut out to about a 2-inch hole, which is what the instructions say. So we'll just kind of push it around. Maybe. Come on. There it goes. All right. Now lining up these holes is gonna be tough, but get it over the bolts, and that should get the front end down far enough. This is all reassembled, so all that's left now is getting a boot onto this thing. So what we're gonna do is remove all of this from underneath, which apparently most of it's broken already. It definitely is. We're gonna try to gently remove these tabs here. You may or may not win doing this, but we'll try to get them off, those last two, and then you just kind of pop the boot off all the way around like that. And we'll cut up the new Hearst boot and toss this thing together. So, old shifter, here we go. We'll just punch it. My plan didn't really work. So, it was kind of stuck. Pull this off. There we go, we got it now, right? How is it not coming off? Okay. Boom. All right, the old floppy shifter ready to go away. And then if you want to use the Hearst boot, which obviously you do, you have to cut off this entire section here because you're not gonna use the flange. We don't want to use the flange, at least. You lose your cup holders. If we lost the cup holders, I mean, the truck's totaled at that point. So just run a razor blade around here real quick. Shouldn't take you long. What we did to get this on here was turn it all the way around, 180 degrees, put it on, and then rotate the end past the ABS module. I mean the airbag module. And it was kind of a bit of a nightmare, but it got done. There was a little bit of prying involved with this super long screwdriver to make this thing fit, because you have to kind of, it's a 45 and then another 45 that hooks this thing down into that plastic boot. And what we had to do was push on the tab while I pushed down, and then we were able to lock it back in there. So, I mean, this thing's not coming out easily, I'll tell you that. But after the screw goes in, we're ready to install the boot and put the rest of this thing together. Time for the boot. This goes forward, so slide it over and then push this thing down around until it's all the way in. We cut one more layer off the boot and it ended up working perfectly. So now we have to work on the old Hearst plate here just to make sure it looks amazing. So you basically just need to slide around this thing until the plate is covered by rubber. Well, folks, there you have it. That's how you turn your boring Ford Ranger manual into a race truck. That's all it takes. One Hearst shifter. It looks like a 67 Camaro with a Hearst shifter. That's honestly pretty incredible looking. That boot is like perfect down there. It's got the Hearst plate that kind of glides as you shift. And then like, just check out these crispy shifts. It's so good. Now I want to drive this thing. I didn't enjoy driving it the first time. It drives well, but now I think it'll be perfect. Time to test out the Hearst shifter. I'm expecting full pulls. It actually grabbed that hard. How's it feel?
So much better.
Is it that much better?
I'm like wanting to pull it out of gear.
Yes.
But there's no reason to, because there's like, I'm not kidding, that much between each shift.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm gonna have to get used to every gear again.
Yeah, you gotta relearn how to drive your truck now.
Yeah, that's the only miserable. Pure dinosaur about though.
I like how it, there's no interior lights. We had to leave the doors open to drive it.
Yeah. Let's see, I'll go down that road over here. Yeah, it's a way tighter shift pattern, so it's gonna be a whole new learning process.
Now I want to drive it. I bet it feels perfect. Oh, I about put the clutch through the floor.
Yeah.
Wow. That is cool. Should I do it? Well, I mean, we're here. Drift Ranger. You don't have to like move your arm anymore. You can just move your wrist. Oh. This is a million times better than the old setup. Click, click. Cool.
Yeah, it actually has like the race car sound too.
Ranger fixed. Grab the, oh yeah. Oh. Well, there you have it. We've turned a Ford Ranger into a much better Ford Ranger. That old shifter was just a mess, and now you don't have to move your whole arm to shift. You can just flick it into gear. Well, enjoy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Faux show. And that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop, watchjrgo.com, where you get cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time.
After putting that shifter on, dude, I'll take over that GTR all day.
I ain't no stranger. It's a Ford Ranger.
I'll be honest though, that GTR is terrifying.
Terrifying.
Like,
we had to move it.
Third and fourth pole, that thing wants to take off. Like, if it had wings, dude, she's going.
I love it. You just eat like 15 sweet tarts at once.
One for each tooth. 32 sweet tarts. Is that my teeth yet?
Impressive. No, I got rid of a couple for just so I could add lightness. They told me to do it when I was
quicker
building race cars. Check this out. These are those foam inlays I was talking about that go inside the corrugated steel. They filled most of the building. Pretty wild, but what's really cool is these don't weigh anything, honestly. This was a half a semi worth. There's a lot. The roofing guys just left for the day. Let's go out here and see what they got done. Interesting. It looks exactly the same, except for all this wood under the fall protection. So I think they said that wood is what they secure that TPO stuff to. And there were some questions about what roof I'm doing. It's the Firestone, and it's gonna be really high R value. I am pumped about that. Some people are asking what R value was. It's the like level of insulation it provides. Hopefully Monday this looks a lot different. I'll be excited to see all these foam strips going in.